Kibera for me is a home. Is where I belong to. Is my identity. I like the spirit in Kibera, the sense of belonging. That comes to me when I think about the people of Kibera. I think about brothers and sisters, friends, relatives, and fellow community members who have similar problems, similar challenges, and have common objectives like they can address and make an improvement on themselves. My name's foremost Nemia Mocha. I was born in the year 1972 in a place called Monyobosage village. So, like another Kenyan, I had very many hopes of getting some small thing to do. This is what actually brought me to Nairobi. In the year 1996, towards the end, I came to Nairobi to look for a job. And because there were no opportunities, there were no jobs to work, actually I had to settle in Kibera and start living in Kibera. This is how I found myself in Kibera. I am a role model in Kibera. I'm a change agent in Kibera because I go around facilitating for peace through some initiatives that actually come from my services. Telling brothers and sisters here, look, we really need to talk about ourselves and our peace. It's in Kibera that you can find everybody. Kibera is the source of the workforce of the industrial area. People work in bush residentials, be it the watchmen, be it the kind house girls, shamba boys, and many other small jobs, kind of builders, machineries, carpenters. Hello. Many of the people who live in Kibera, 95% of the population of Kibera, do manual jobs, small jobs, jobs that only enable them to have some small food. You can see people going around selling things like on the road, merchandise like clothes and eggs and milk. Others have small shops. If I took you out and you can see, people can sell fish on the road, and some of the fishes, the remains of fish that have been filleted. Some can send what you call mandazi pastry. You can see all along the way people cooking mandazi. Some can roast meat in maize, on the way as you see. There are many people who sell indigenous foods like githeri. And when I talk of githeri, I mean maize mixed with beans and cooked together to become a delicious food in this community. Many people in this place are selling firewood. Some are selling charcoal on the roadside, on the railway line. You can see them carrying luggages. So they are paid for that, for small money. we have more than 42 tribes. When I say more than, there are those others who have come out from outside Kenya. They live here. So each community has a different culture. There are communities who believe that this job is meant for women and this job is meant for men. But now, basically, when we come to Kibera, we have all of us converged here. We have met here with similar challenges. So, in our Gusi tribe, where I come from, cooking, maybe washing, clearing the house, preparing a house like this one of mine here, it's a role of the woman. And the man should go out and work, do something, some job. Things are changing gradually. Men are becoming now flexible. We are trying to compensate one another. I feel sometimes to say yes and sometimes no. Why do I say yes? Yes, because it's our community. It is where we live. I would have been asked if I was asked if I really want to be here. I would have said a big no. Very big no. Why? Because look around you. These structures we call houses are not indeed very fit for human beings to live in. But we live here because I, as a person, has no option out of this. Look at the trenches all over. The way the dirty water is all over. The way there is garbage everywhere. There is no toilet. There is no electricity. And indeed, this is what infuriates most of us. Like me, who really had a dream to be something better than what I am. It was a dream for my son. And was a dream for the community, because everybody, as in life, deserves a dignified place to live in. We don't have a good water supply. We have only around three good schools, 3 government schools that provide education for the whole of this population. And this has necessitated the mushrooming of very many institutions that have no clear arrangement. Addiction is one of the major problems we have with this slum, because young men now are just wasted. This kind of houses, you see, are a good place for criminals to hide. The security risks are very, very high. We have few policemen around and the population is such huge. If anybody is attacking a person outside here, we the people come out to serve that person. So it's like kind of, we are saying we are offering our own security, which is reliable more than what the government can offer. Most of us feel safe, but in most cases, like today in the morning, someone was killed. What I basically love in Kibera, what makes me feel good in Kibera is that people are active. They are yearning for help of which is not existing. So should these people who are ready to work be given an opportunity, I'm telling you, they'll exploit it wonderfully. Fellow 7 is one of the best artists in Kibera. He works with a group called Masaimbili. This Solo 7 is one of the greatest men who made a great impact during the post-election violence. He went every place writing on the walls, keep peace alive.
I was born in 1977, July 7, and I'm the 7th born in our family. And both 2 names of mine consist 7 letters each. I'm a visual artist, and I'm always committed to art. As in, I do contemporary kind of art, abstracts, and also I'm a sculptor. When violence erupted within Kibera, that President Kibaki has won an election, and yet people expected Raila to be the new president or the current president. They were very angry, they were mad. So they wanted to go to town and protest against it, but the GSU obstructed them from going to town. So when they came back, they just caught me by surprise on the way. It was a crowd of people ranging from maybe 500 to 700 people. All were armed with crude weapons, and they were shouting, "No Raila, no peace, no Raila, no peace." So I wanted even to run away, but I thought to myself, if I could run away right now, maybe I can be a victim of these circumstances. So I decided to join them with bare hands, also shouting, "No Raila, no peace, no Raila, no peace." I realized that whenever there was a post of Raila, no one looted there. Fortunately, I got a piece of charcoal and I ran round through those bales of clothes inside the market and wrote on them ODM base, ODM base, annual ODM. Then when I came back to see, I realized that all those goods that I have written on them ODM, no one looted them. So after some few days, we saw on Daily Nation newspaper that 3 days for mass action. So I said that whoever has published this doesn't know the consequences, because what I am seeing, it's like many people are going to die and many are going to starve. So according to me as an artist, whatever I experienced with the charcoal experience, I'll now this time go out with the paint and at least try to mobilize peace messages. So I started like, "Peace wanted alive, fellow Kenyans. Keep peace, fellow Kenyans." You know, sometimes whenever they tend to protest against something, I keep on reminding them about peace by writing the same messages. We have been trying to inspire kids around. You know, during the post-election violence, kids had been also isolated from ethnic groups. Now they were undergoing a trauma in their minds. So we wanted to bring them back together as children or kids of this community without boundaries of ethnic or political. And we wanted to also reshape the face of Kibera, because it was faces of flames of fire. You see, everywhere you could see it's a burned place, a burned structure. Then we were working on those ruins with the kids. Like, we just tell them, paint anything that you like, choose any color that you like, and paint anything that you like. So we have been doing that way, and then we realized that they have interest in art. Some are creative due to their artistic minds, and if they deny them that privilege in the primary schools, they may end up being useless in the future. But if we can teach them how to choose colors, to be selective, to know the shades or the tones of these colors, they can be also artists. And we have artists who have never even gone to school. Even they won't write their own names, but they are perfect artists.
Mimi naitwa Maria Juma, watu ni Tanzania. Na nilikuja hapa Kenya kufuatana na vile nilikuwa huko kwetu. Najua vile nilijua hali yangu, wa nyumbani kwetu walitufukuza. Mtoto alikuwa mgonjwa vile nilikuwa nimezaa. Nikasema huyu mtoto wangu mbona ni mgonjwa? Nikasema ngoja niende nijue hali yake. Kwenda kupimwa alipatikana positive. Sasa ndio nikasema na kumbe yule mkubwa ambaye ananisumbuanga na mgonjwa, kumbe yeye pia ni mgonjwa. Sasa vile alienda kupimwa akapatikana tena na yeye ni positive. Sasa vile nilikuja nikamwambia mzee wangu kwanza alisita, akaniambia twende tujipime. Yeye kwenda kujipima akapata yeye si positive. Sasa ilikuwa kuna shida sana, kwa sababu alikuwa ananiambia mimi si mgonjwa na wewe ni mgonjwa. Hii ugonjwa ulikuwa umepata wapi? Inaonekana ulikuwa unatembea. Nikamwambia mimi nilikuwa sitembei. Sasa mpaka saa hizi bado kuna matatizo ya hiyo vurugu kidogo. Lakini mpaka saa hizi mimi nilichukua ugonjwa wangu nikaweka kando. Hao watoto wangu nawapatia dawa kama kawaida. Na mimi nitaangia nijue hali yangu. Naona niko na ukakamavu. Hata siogopi, hata dawa sijaanza kutumia. Kwa sababu niliacha hiyo matatizo ya ugonjwa, nikasema hata usipokuwa na ugonjwa unaweza kuishi duniani hii. Na hata kama ingawa nilipata ugonjwa hiyo miaka iliyopita, naona bado naweza kuishi. Na nilikuwa naenda mpaka forest nakaa. Nasema hata nikufe hakuna chenye naweza kufanya hapa duniani. Vitu zangu hata nilikuwa sinunui, nilikuwa natembea na nguo ile imeraruka. Sasa siku moja msichana mwingine anaitwa Rosemary alinipata huko juu, akaniuliza unafanya nini huko juu? Nikamwambia mimi tayari nimeshajua hali yangu. Naona hata nijinyonge ni uwe hata hawa watoto. Akaniambia kuna group nyingine inaitwa Power Women Group. Si tuende tuanzishe, hata mimi nimeshajua hali yangu na kuna wengine pia wameshajua hali yao. Sasa ndio tulikuwa tukikaa hapo tunatoa shilingi 10. Tunaweka tunasema tukiona mtu amelemewa tunampatia, anaenda kununua matunda ama kitu chochote. Sasa baadaye tukaona hakuna chenye tunafanya. Hii pesa tuchukue tuweke kidogo kidogo tununue beads. Sasa ndio tulianza kununua beads, tukaweka, tunanunua, tunauza, tunapata kitu kidogo tunaweza kula, zingine tunaweka. Sasa zingine mtu ako vibaya sana, mnaweza kwenda kumtolea, chukua hii uende ufanye nayo hii kitu kingine. Zingine pia tunalipa school fees. Na mwingine tena hata vijijini kama kuna mtu ako na shida tunaweza kumpatia, hatuwezi tukamwacha yeye si mtu wa grupu yetu. Mtu yoyote ambaye anajisikia kama yeye ni mgonjwa asiogope. Mimi nimeshaona hii ugonjwa ukiiweka eti unataka mimi niko na virusi sijui nitakufa. Hiyo utakufa haraka. Kama unakunywa chai vikombe viwili, moja utasema moja ni yangu, moja ni ya virusi. Virusi ataona unampenda, atafurahia sana, hata kuangusha sana. Tuseme sasa niko na miaka karibu 10 kuendelea na niko na simezi dawa. Sasa kama sisi tunaomba kama mtu anaweza kutusaidia, atusaidie. Mimi sitaki nikufe mtoto wangu, nataka nikufe hata kama saa zingine na yeye ana mahali anaweza kujitegemea na nisimwache eti ako na virusi simtaki. Hiyo haiwezekani.
Moses comes from a group called Pillars of Kibera. Before I got to know this group very well, we met as volunteers, volunteering for peace, because our country was by then burning after the post-election violence.
Basically, Pillars of Kibera started as a children's organization, whereby children could come and dance, routine dances, and say poetry. Pillars of Kibera, currently it has 100 members, but it started with 50 children. And we have 4 main activities, or 4 main pillars that we say they are our pillars. We have theater that comprises of choreographed dances, choreographed choral verses, we have solo verses, we have puppetry, we have skits, we have comedies. Those are some of our components in theater. Then we have soccer, whereby boys go out to compete with other teams. We have environmental health and sanitation, whereby we conduct community cleanups and also we collect garbage. We have income activities, like theatre is part of our income generating activity. It helps us to source for funds. Our members are more volunteers, and no one is employed in Pillars of Kibera. We only create resources for ourselves to sustain the group. Basically, in theatre, we advocate for behavior change. In theatre, we create awareness and we sensitize our community on social issues, socio-economical issues that are affecting us, like HIV/AIDS, peace, human rights, environment. We use theatre to disseminate the information in a participatory and in an entertaining way.
Excuse me, miss. What's your name? Where you're from? Can I take you out tonight to a shaker?
We have also trophies that we've won. For you to get a trophy, it means that that thing you are doing, it has an impact. If you alight from a matatu, from any angle and ask for Pillars of Kibera, someone will bring you here. That shows they know us, they know what we do. We work with young people from this village. We work with young people from different villages within Kibera. They may not be good in theatre, but if given a chance, their talents can be nurtured and they can be good.
There was a time when I was in school. There was a time when I was back in school. I heard about them, and there was a time I saw some posters, so I traced the place and decided to come for audition. And actually, I proceed, and they took me in. I like acting most because at least I like doing whatever someone is doing, so I try and do the same. When it comes to dream, I know through God's help will be far, as in POK will be a greater institution. At least it will create some jobs for other people. We can come up with some schools and what, as in it can give other people opportunity. And at least we can come up with some things that can keep the society busy.
We take you and we train you here. We train you in dances. We train you in cramming poetry. We help you to choreograph it to know the moves. And in future also, we like to be a training center where we can train dancers. We can train people to write poetry. These are some of skills you don't get in school.
I met the Kibera Community Youth Program members when we were in the process of working for the issues affecting the community.
My name is Robert K. I was born here in Kibera in the year 1980. The main focus for KSYP, what we do KSYP, has been to empower young people, to create opportunities for young people so that they can be more proactive in the community development. KSYP works for the people of Kibera. Our doors are open. So what we do, in any activity we do, we speak out to the community and we request the members of the community, especially young people who are idle, to come and join us. First of all, when you come to KSYP, you take your time, you look around, you engage in different activities, then you settle on one where you think your luck might lie. We have one of our major activities, which is the soil assembling project. This is a project that we received a training from a volunteer who came to us in the year 2005, and he spent almost a whole month just training us on how to assemble solar panels, just to maximize, the huge solar potential that we have in Africa that is now lying idle. First of all, the process involves theory work where we try to expose the hidden potential of solar energy in Africa. And then from there, we go into now practicals. In this practicals, we go step by step. In fact, we've developed a manual. We have a theory manual where guys take the notes, they read through it, and then once they learn or get knowledge about the basis of solar, that's when now we go into now practical, step by step. Our customers, which is the community, used to get surprised, and they would feel so much excited. But by that time, they would feel it wasn't really working until they bought it, went with it at home, and tried on their radios and tried also on their charger, their mobile phone. We have been focusing on the small size solar panels, and we would want to go into mass production of bigger ones. Big enough to run even in schools, to run hospitals, and to run big homes. That's our intention. And government in Africa, they should take solar as the best ever resource we have in Africa. They should not think of water electricity. There's no water in Africa, but we have solar. In every country in this continent, solar light or solar energy is very abundant. As you may know, the world is just a small village. Kibera is part of it. So I think we are on the right track, and with this recognition, I think we shall be able to fulfill our future of having these bigger solar panels to power our country.
My name is Marianne Jerry. I'm a radio presenter at Pamoja FM. I host a show called Msanii Mtaani. It's a show that comes on Saturday from 7 to 10. What I enjoy mostly in my job is the music. This is underground artists from the ghettos, and they have talent, seriously. They do have talent, a lot. When I say underground artists, I mean those artists who've not yet been seen in the media, doing their thing, whether it's art, whether it's dance, whether it's music, anything basically just to do with art. On the first hour, we have new music. So most of the guest artists we have, it's us who call them for interviews. We first listen to their music. If we like it, we call them. If a certain artist has lasted for a whole month in the countdown, the top 10, we go out there, we get him a recording contract with different studios. We look at quality. As much as we are saying underground, we also want quality music in the show. It's really, really funny because I came to Kibera sometime last year in August. I came to perform here with a band, and they called me one day and they're like, would you like to come and do something with us? I was like, why? And just because you like your voice, And I was like, fine, I like it. I came, I did my first show with my co-presenter, Oliver, and from there on, I've not been able to get out of Pamoja because I really do love this place. Pamoja FM, hello. Hello.
We come up with a radio station because it's easier for people to reach the people in Kibera. Because if we thought of coming up with a newsprint, then that means we will have to sell. And with 10 shillings, you can feed your children, have a lunch, because because 10 shillings you'll buy pieces of skuma and a pieces of tomatoes and make something for the kids.
Pamoja FM, hello. Generali niko mzima kabisa. Nani mwenzangu?
Pamoja was instrumental in preaching peace in Kibera. Because Kibera is a cosmopolitan area. All tribes in Kenya, you find them in Kibera. We need to educate them through the experts like IMF, MSF, who are working in Kibera, looking after the health of the community in Kibera. There are so many NGOs, as I told you, working in Kibera. So we are trying to find ways that if they can come on and sponsor the programs that we are doing, and that's how we can sustain ourselves. The feedback that I get from our community have really made me feel we are doing something for them, and they have really accepted what we are doing for them.
Radio ya Pamoja FM ni yetu mtaani na ndio inatupa message yote. Tizama kama jana mfano mzuri. Manyumba zilikuwa zinaungua kule Shilanga chini kule. Sisi hatukujua lakini tulisikia kutoka kwa hii radio.
Ya hii walifu naona wanajaribu kuhoji vijana yetu. Nafurahi sana.
Maybe 5 years from now, I'm praying God that Pamoja will be a bigger radio station. At least we'll go commercial. We can start helping out artists in different levels. And I'm also thinking maybe we can have a bigger studio or something, where we can have very many people come in, share their views,
Oh no, that's the rap, yeah. I am saying goodbye.
Pamoja is my life. I don't really think I'm leaving Pamoja, honestly. I don't think so at all.
I met Journal particularly through Mr. Julius Ayoma, who is one of the most renowned people in this community, and they were talking generally about Kibera as a small group of journalists. And indeed they have done so much, they have even exposed it so much about Kibera, and this is basically what motivated most of us to speak more.
I am more of the editorial chairman. My work is to direct journalists and carefully look at what stories do you want to put in the paper. The issue of coming up with media began in 2002 when we thought of sitting down a group of young Kibera residents. Our group were more of religious arrangement, but we thought just being religious and talk about Bible and good things about Christianity was not enough. Kibera has so many problems. And then one time we sat down, all of us, and decided to enlist the problems of Kibera. So we shortlisted about 20 problems that we thought were big and major in Kibera. But the biggest problem of Kibera slums was ignorance. And if we really ignorance to solve, then we can even solve another 10 problems surrounding the same. We said we are seeing there's a missing link here, there's a gap. We need to give people a voice, a platform to speak. So not just purely a question of money. It's a question of, are we going to do the right thing? Then it came a time when we had to really choose a name. Then several names came out. People voted. And during voting, Kibera Journal had more votes. So when the paper came out on the first issue, everybody saw it and that's the name we picked. So that's a community identity. They call us. Come, there's a story somewhere. Like the fire that was burning, I was called in the middle of the night. Hey, the Olympic is burning somewhere. And then what? I didn't even hear. So I had to wake up and I happened to have the camera. We only have a small digital camera with a very small zooming capacity. We lack enough computers for our journalists to be able to do editing and placing the stories. We miss a lot. We have a very strong journal, but it is the willpower.
Some of the key things that we have highlighted in the journal, and they have created a positive impact. Recently we highlighted a story on devolved funds here in Kibera, and specifically we are targeting the post-election violence, where there was this particular family which lost. The father was the first person to be killed during the post-election violence. Then the mother tried to apply for the bursary to get the boy to the school. It was denied the money. The boy was sent back home. The other sister was also at home because they could not afford the funds. But after highlighting the story, we have also glad to say a donor has come across. Now the boy next year will be going to the boarding school, and again the girl will also be taken to school.
In the media, we are going to have a radio, a journal, a newspaper, a radio, and a TV station, and a telecenter, where all these can be used, for even issues of internet and the rest. So that is still an objective that we are working towards meeting.
Okay, good morning.
The motto, Kibera Journal's motto is, you deserve to know. No anything money here, it's life and death. But people deserve to know.
Vamos,